In this video, I'm going to show you how to take several layers of video in Premiere and make them one new clip so that you can modify them all at once.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi and welcome back to DIY Film with Merle Becker, the channel where I help you make better videos. As always, stick around to the end of the video for today's bonus filmmaking tip. Alright, so you're editing in Premiere and you have several layers of video that need to be moved in a similar manner. Did you know that there's an easy way to consolidate them into one clip so that you can move them all at once? There is. And it's with something called nesting. So, for example, I have this video clip of an old TV on video layer 1. And on top of it, there are 6 layers of text. Each layer is one single word. I created my sequence this way so that each word pops on when the hand on the right presses a button. And now I want to take the whole group of text and move it down a hair, so that it's centered in the middle of the TV screen. I don't want this extra space at the bottom here. But I don't want to move one word at a time, because that would be incredibly tedious and time-consuming. So I'm going to use Premiere's Nest feature, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First, I'm using Premiere version 15.2, so if you have an older or newer version, yours might look slightly different. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is select all the layers that you want to modify. So I'm going to select all of my text layers here, being careful not to select the TV layer, because I don't want to move the TV down, only the text. To select multiple layers at a time, drag your cursor over them from the upper right or left. So once they're highlighted, right-click, or hold down Control on a Mac or Shift F10 on a PC, and scroll down to Nest. You'll then get a dialog box asking you to name your nest. I'm going to call mine TV Text because that describes it best. Then hit OK. And now you see a new little green clip on your timeline, which is your new nest. And this nest contains all of those text layers that you just selected. And now it acts like one clip. So you can go up to the Effect Controls tab and move the whole bunch of text down at once. Or up, all at the same time. Or you can even put an effect on all of your text layers at once. And that's it. You have a nest. Now, I like to stay organized, so I create a bin for all the nested sequences, and you can do this by going into your Project tab where you can see the nest sequence. And, by the way, if you need to modify a layer once you've made your nest, you can simply click on the nest sequence and change your text, and it'll update in the clip. In this example, my text isn't showing up here when I click on the nest sequence because it's black text with no background. But if I put a white background underneath the layers, you can now see the text. I'll remove that though. And I'll throw my nest sequence into a bin I'll call Nested Sequences. And there you go. So the next time you have to move a bunch of layers at once, consider making a nested sequence and save some time and trouble. All right, let's do that tip. Premiere offers 2 options when you select a bunch of clips. One is a nest, which we just talked about, and the other is a subsequence. And you should know the difference between the two. A nest, as mentioned, creates a new clip that acts as one. A subsequence, though, doesn't create one tidy little clip from your layers. Instead, it just creates another separate sequence in your Project tab, which includes the layers that you selected. So when would you use a subsequence? Well, you might consider using that subsequence option if, say, you have a client who just wants one little part of your larger sequence exported. So you would select just that part of the main sequence and choose that subsequence option. Then in your Project tab, you have a nice little sequence that contains only the client's favorite part. And you can set up an export through Media Encoder that only includes that little section. Also, now you can modify either your main sequence or the subsequence, and one will not affect the other. In other words, changes that you make in your main sequence won't affect the subsequence, and vice versa. So use a subsequence when you want to make a new sequence with just your selected clips, and use a nest when you want a brand new clip with your selected clips, so that you can modify them all at once. Again, nest makes a nice new clip, and subsequence does nothing but make a new sequence with your selection. Alright, that's all the nesting and subsequencing I got for you today. As usual, if you found any of this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when the next one is posted, and I will catch you next time.